Good afternoon and welcome back to The Beat. I'm your host Sean, an acute care nurse practitioner with about a decade's worth of experience. Nursing school. Even though my first entry into the career of nursing was close to 10 years ago, I can still remember vividly applying to nursing school. And then I remember the first interviewing process back the nursing school that I went to. It was an accelerated BSN program. I'm sorry, an accelerated RN program. So I had already had a degree in exercise and sports science, and I went back to become a nurse. The quickest and most efficient way for me to do that was to enroll in an accelerated RN program. It was 16 months? Yeah, 16 months. And even back then, it was still a grueling process, and it was a very tedious interviewing process as to whether or not you actually would get into nursing school. It wasn't a simple apply and get into college sort of process. And from what I understand from a lot of the nurses out there now, that the process to get into nursing school is even harder. So my hat's off to you. When I applied, it was a packet full of information, why you wanted to be a nurse, what you're currently doing, what your plans were. I want to talk about the essay that you had to write, and it was the essay you had to write on the day of your interview. Now, even though I can remember my answer, I can't honestly remember the wording of the question. I know it had something to do with who inspires you, who's your hero, or something along those lines. My immediate gut reflex is always to say my father, because my father definitely is my hero. But at the time in my life, I had chosen careers that didn't pan out for one reason or another, for personal or financial reasons. Every career I chose, I don't want to say failed, but I struggled. So when I applied to nursing school and made the decision to become a nurse, I don't want to say I was defeated, but I sure was exhausted. So there were many points during the interviewing process, during the application process, during the process of deciding to become a nurse, that quite honestly I just wanted to quit. So when that question was posed to me, and once again, you didn't get a chance to think about it. You were put in a room and you had 15 minutes to answer this question. So my answer, who inspires me, or who is my hero or idol, and as cliche as it sounds, I chose Michael Jordan. For those that do not know, I can only assume you at least know of who is Michael Jordan. One of the most prolific and successful basketball players of our time, if not in the history of the sport. The nugget of information that I always found interesting about Michael Jordan was that he was actually kicked off his high school basketball team. And even though he didn't make the cut, he went home, he cried about it, and apparently decided to work his rear end off and try again. And we can assume that the rest was history. He didn't quit, he didn't give up, even though he was defeated, even though he kept hitting a wall. He came back for more. He kept coming back until it worked out. And I felt that my entrance into nursing, my application and my decision to become a nurse, kind of paralleled his journey. And thankfully, it has worked out. So my little nugget of information for all those who are interested in becoming a nurse, who have successfully got into nursing school, who are in nursing school, who are on the verge of graduating, or who are studying for boards, is that you never quit. You never give up. Sooner or later, it does work out. Even if you fail, you get up and try again. If it's something you want bad enough, you're going to work hard enough for it, and you will attain it.